guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cash and today we're in our beautiful PC12 climbing out at fly 13,000, riding up to 17,000 feet. We're on a repositioning flight with PC12. We are flying for the Medevac. That's what we got here. We're the beautiful livery here. But we are currently we're climbing to cruise. This is just a repositioning flight. Because the aircraft was flown to Big Bear, which is L35 or Puma 35, was flown to Big Bear and it has been sitting at Big Bear for a little while. So we are going to have it taken back to base. So this is basically what this is. Currently we're set up for the RNAV runway 25 approach back into Oxnard, and we are almost there. So as soon as we get there, we should be preparing for descent as soon as we get up the cruise. So it's not a pretty long flight, just a few minutes, about 55 minutes of flight time. We're flying into Oxnard. Usually Oxnard does look like it's marginal IFR, but we can always take a look at it online and just verify that we know what we're getting into. Currently the weather in Oxnard is mist, and it is, if I'm not mistaken, IFR this night. Ceilings of 800 feet overcast. Our minimums is going to be at 540 feet for the RNAV runway 25 approach. So we are just expect that. I'm getting a little bit of pauses here for a little bit. And we are also on Vatsin as well. From Vatsin, we're flying out, and this is our Medevac. This is our Medevac operations. Medevac operates out of California in Oxnard. So most of the times when you see me flying, especially around this area, I'm usually flying the Medevac 1000 though. Usually flying Medevac missions in Oxnard. So it's a very great community, and yeah, we are currently in our time out here. So we are going to start descending in a little bit. Our top of descent should pop up in a little while. Let's use our nav programming. Let's do this, data sensor, and also utilities. Wind, so the data can be properly checked. Nav is enabled. And we are cruising now. In about 81 miles, should be there pretty quickly. I'm gonna go back on the power here for cruise. At 30, our torque at 30, so should be fine. Volume so that it's not extremely loud. Alright, so at 17 we're good. We should, let's pop up our traffic or our TCATs here. We do have traffic behind us. less than 12 miles. He's just below us. It looks like he's descending.
Warning, cabin pressure.
Sorry, I forgot that.
Warning, cabin pressure.
Alright, let's
Warning,
change
cabin
our
pressure.
cabin pressure here. Let's climb. Sorry, I completely forgot to do that part. But small things, small things. We do have oxygen on board, so we're okay. Alright, so he's below us, 1,700 feet below us. And let's pop up our map. Let's check our VNav. Let's see if we do have VNav. Yes, it is enabled, but
Air France 8, Juliet to Romeo. Twice, what runway are you landing on?
I go on 251, so France 8
Roger.
right. When I came online, LAX was online, but however, they kind of moved out for some reason. As soon as I hopped on, they were out. So the aircraft behind us is a Speedbird 777. It looks like they're heading out to LAX. It looks like they're going direct over to LAX, but they're in a descent right now. Everything else is good up here. Our co-pilot looks like she's fine. Usually before I take off, especially if I'm going on a pretty high altitude flight, like above flight level 180, I will typically go down here and make adjustments to this, but I completely forgot because I was trying to get the heck out of here because to beat the weather. But it does not seem like I did beat that weather because that weather is still there. So far, as mentioned previously in Oxnard, it's IFR, 20 degrees Celsius, winds variable at 5 knots, which is okay, 10-mile visibility, and clouds are at 800 feet. QNH 299er. Runway 25 is in effect. We do have an RNAV for runway 25, so we will just fly it to do that RNAV approach.
LA traffic, Seabird 412, minus the Michael's on again. Stand by. LA traffic, Seabird 2 on Bravo's 10 nautical, sorry, 20 nautical miles to the island, 24 right.
Alright, so in order for us to, because VNav is not being shown up here on our GPS, so I'm going to be using this VNav indicator. So once this starts going down, I will go ahead and begin our descent into Oxnard. It's not going to be that high. I think our final approach fix is going to be at least 3,000. So I'm going to keep it at 4,000 just for that descent. And I'm going to reduce our climb or go VNav. Let's do about at least, or our vertical speed, we're going to go at least 1,500 feet per minute on the descent. On climb, this aircraft will climb at 1,300 feet per minute, which is always recommended. But descent is a little bit faster. landing this aircraft does take a little bit of practice because a lot goes on in terms of how you operate this aircraft. So there's a lot to do while landing and also while you perform your approach. We are back on our GPS. We're just going to turn slightly to the left here for us to avoid going all the way out here. We're going to push in our GPS and there we are. A little pause, a little freeze here for a sec, but we're all set. Flying during the daytime. Night flights are pretty annoying. For some reason my dogs are going off. We gotta keep changing our QNH here because we're moving through and through. Anyone wondering, VPK is also VSOA, so on VATSIM, in order for you to do Medevac flights or any of the live flights, you are going to need to be part of a virtual special organization. Those are things like Medevacs and so on. So if you go and just fly any one of these, it's going to be a little bit difficult, or you run the risk of getting kicked. Sorry, I kind of got distracted there for a second. Engage vertical speed and we're going down. So we're going to go ahead and call Oxnard traffic and let them know that we are on the RNAV runway 25 approach. Oxnard traffic, Medevac 020, we are on descent from 17,000 for 8,000. We're on the RNAV runway 25 approach, Oxnard. Alright, so we are currently...
Hello traffic, Speedbird 21 Bravo, 15 miles. The touchdown 248 heavy traffic.
Alright, so we're going to pull back on our torque here.
Hello traffic, okay, short runway 10 miles, 125 left, LA.
See that we're runway 25, we're going to be a direct straight, it's like a straight shot into runway 25. So So that should get us within reasonable means here. I'm gonna go ahead and check Navigraph here for our info. Okay, so Oxnard runway 25 arrival. Alright, so it's a straight approach in, 540 feet is our minimums. So we gotta keep looking out for that. I forgot where I gotta go for it, but if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be somewhere around. Going through now. I like that. Through our setup. I can pull up the charts for Oxnard right here. Let us reduce our vertical speed or this is our glide path.
Two and two on Bravo disconnecting to get Medegraphics, holy lag.
SLA for you, brother.
Not seeing too much here. There's some traffic ahead of us. Our navigation has engaged. And we are on our glide path right now. I'm just making sure that we maintain our airspeed here as we are in our descent. A little bit faster because I'm seeing that our glide path is actually popping through here. I'm gonna check the tower for Oxnard, which is 134.905. 134.950. Enter. Keep it right there. Send a little bit faster now. I need to find where our decision height thing is going to be. Like, I'm not sure where it's at. I've never looked for it, so looking for it now is going to be a pain. Oh, there it is. Alright, 550. Alright, 3,700, where we're supposed to be at. Get off of vertical speed. Go to 37. We'll just follow it all the way in. Oh, we're below 10,000. call the lights.
Air 3 is the next orbit, just northeast of the Oxnard Airport, 1000.
And as you guys can see, it is IFR, so there's going to be a lot of, this is controversial.
For any Oxnard traffic. Air 3, Air 2.
Oxnard to have...
Victor, with the air, but orbit 1000.
ILS. Yeah,
mile,
ILS for
mile and a half north of the Oxnard Airport.
108.7. Let's see if we can pop an ILS here. Okay. Let's pull back on our torque a little bit so we can just a little bit until we can start cruising down. Do we have a course? Yes, we do. Alright, so our course is 256. We're gonna have to change this when we get on when we get below. This aircraft is capable of flying an ILS, however, it's not going to fly an autoland for you. It's not going to do an autoland, that's for sure. So we gotta ensure that we break out to be able to see the runway when we get down below those clouds. So let's check weather ahead of us to see if we got any weather or anything, any rain that we're going to be flying into. Traffic, Medevac 020, we are about 7.5 miles from Nelly, descending through 5,500, we're on Yarn Ave runway 25, approach Oxnard. Alright, so...
Yeah, choose your 5 Victor Charlie, orbiting a mile and a half northeast of the Oxnard Airport, 1300 Oxnard traffic.
Alright, so we ain't got no weather here, we ain't got rain to worry about, so it's just basically fog. Keep an eye on the traffic or our TCAS, make sure that we don't have any traffic ahead of us or around us while we fly into Oxnard. Alright, we got 1,000 to go. Back our power as we get down here. Alright, let's see if we can capitalize on our heading here right now.
Choose your 5 Victor Charlie, leaving the airport, continuing westbound north of the Oxnard Airport. Actually, correction, southbound, then we'll turn westbound, parallel to the Oxnard Airport, Oxnard traffic.
There we go. Our course is 258, 256, sorry. Let's go to approach. And Oxnard traffic, Medevac 020, we're established, runway 25, Oxnard. Alright.
Medevac traffic, you got a police helicopter in the area here. We're just about a half a mile north of the Oxnard Airport, westbound at 1000.
Roger, I'll keep looking out for you on my TCAS here, back to you, sir. We got a police helicopter around. Right, let's get our power back so we can start slowing down to that approach. This is a low visibility approach, so you expect some greatness there.
Zero Victor Charlie, a beam midfield, Oxnard Airport westbound, 800.
That's not jumping Medevac, 020 at 2,200. We're just about 15 miles out.
Roger, yeah, the cloud base is low today. It's about at 1,500.
I think I saw it at about 800.
Roger. Zero Victor Charlie, transitioning south on the approach end.
Inside.
So, what I'm looking for. Approach end of runway 7 now, southbound along the coast.
Oxnard traffic, we're 1,600. We have the field inside, we're at the outer marker for Oxnard landing. Alright, let's go. Our gear is down. Let's get our
Your eyes must be different from mine, but I can't see you.
Okay. Alright, so we are landing flaps and... Alright. Right, so it looks like we broke out of the clouds at 1,200 here, well basically 1,300.
Roger, I'm looking off my left here.
I still don't see him on TCAS, that's the thing. To our left, so that means he's over there.
Approaching 2-5.
There we go. He's somewhere over this side, trying to keep that helicopter in sight, but I'm not seeing him on TCAS. It looks like he does not have that equipment, so he says he's looking. Medevac 020, we're on short final runway 25.
500.
Alright, our autopilot is off. Pull off on our power. We're just going to trim the aircraft out for landing. Get our yaw dampening off. 3 reds there.
Roger, I see you now.
We're below our glide slope here. We're just keeping it. Just keep it, trying to hold 90 there. We're trimming as we come down. We got a little bump there. And once we get over the displaced threshold here, we're going to come back on our power. Got a little bit. Come back. Trim. And we're down. There we go, and welcome to Oxnard, guys. We have landed. And Oxnard traffic, Medevac 020, exit the runway 25 at Charlie. Alright, so we're all set here, and we're gonna head over to our parking space, which is just ahead of us here. So get off on the landing, get off the strobes, bring our flaps up. Then we're just gonna go ahead and make a spin
Warning,
around
trim.
here. Yeah, I know that. Here we go. Turn to the left here, bring our aircraft to a nice stop right about here and turn around. Makes it a lot easier for us to get out when it's time to go. Alright, brakes are on. Trim, gotta reset our trim. If you notice, our trim is a little bit up because again, when landing with this, you have to constantly adjust your electronic trim. So there we go, our trim is reset. Taxi lights off, our wing lights are off, and our recogs. And bring us down to low idle. And I don't have this mapped, so I've got to bring power up.
Warning, essential bus.
Yes. Alright, well, it said 800 feet, but it looks like we broke out of the clouds at about 1,300 feet, which is good. So this was all nice getting in here to Oxnard, and the aircraft performed very well as I'm used to. All right, so everything else is okay here. We're gonna turn off our ECS and let the aircraft sit here. I'm not sure if we're gonna be doing a secondary one. And all right, there we go. We're gonna go, avionics are gonna go to off. Switch battery to off, get our standby bus off, get our probe heats, and we'll leave the nav lights on and switch our batteries off. There we go. Aircraft is now powered down, and we are going to go ahead and put in our control locks right here. All right, let's go ahead and come on. Like doing stuff. There we go. All right, so we got everything in and successfully got into Oxnard. So pretty good, pretty awesome flight. It was a pretty short flight, not that long. Let's see what our landing rate was. It was minus 73. Still a little bit heavy, but good nonetheless. Okay, I keep getting notifications from my camera, but yeah, so guys, thank you so much for joining me on the flight. I'm thinking of where I'm going to be flying to next. Hopefully we do have another on-call event. The aircraft is parked pretty nicely here at our home base. Beautiful aircraft. Thank you, thank you. It was still a little bit heavy. I still had a little bit of bumps when I tried when doing the flare, but while doing the flare, I was actually trimming out the aircraft to ensure that as soon as I get off the stick, it would just float down nice and slow. Still got some winds here blowing, but we are all set. Alright, well, again, thank you guys so much for joining me on this flight. I'm going to hop off for a sec. Hopefully the next flight that we're going to be doing is going to be, I'm hoping they send an all-call event for me because I am currently free and not doing anything. So if any of them are listening, yes, I would like to do another flight. Alright, there we go. The flight has been filed. 41 minutes. It was pretty fast getting here. And there we go. All right, well, have a great day, guys. Thank you.